In 2009, Dove launched a campaign that cost a fraction of their normal ad spend. No TV spots, no billboards, no celebrity endorsements. Instead, they hired sketch artists. They invited women into a room and asked each one of them to describe their own face. Then, they asked a stranger to describe that same woman's face, and the artist drew both of them side by side. The difference was devastating. The women described themselves with deeply critical eyes, but the strangers, they saw something completely different, something beautiful. They called it the Real Beauty Sketches campaign. It went viral before going viral was even a thing. Over 163 million views in the first month, the most watched online ad in the history at the time. This, my friends, is experiential marketing. Not a screen, not a scroll, an experience that made people feel something so real they couldn't stop sharing it. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what it is, why it works, and how you can start using it. Whether you're a brand, an event planner, or a marketer trying to get results that actually last. First, if you don't know me, I'm Jenny Howard-Maxwell. I'm an experiential strategist, author, and founder of the CPES certification program. It's the only certification built specifically for event and experiential professionals. I've spent 20 years designing experiences for brands like Bentley, Freshworks, nonprofits, and corporations. And in that time, I've watched the marketing world completely change. Ads, they get skipped. Emails get deleted. Banners get blocked. But experiences, real, emotional, human experiences, those get remembered and they get shared. On this channel, I break down how to build them. Subscribe if you want to keep going deeper. So, what exactly is experiential marketing? I'll give you the short answer first. It's basically marketing that puts the audience inside of the story instead of watching it from the outside. Traditional marketing. It says, here's our message. We'll put it in front of as many people as possible and hope that it lands. Now, experiential marketing, this is where we say, here's an experience that we've designed. We're going to invite you into it, and when you leave, you're going to feel something, and that feeling is going to belong to our brand. It can happen at a live event. It can happen at a pop-up activation. It can happen through a video, just like the Dove campaign that I explained. It's specifically when the audience feels like they're in the room with these women. The key ingredient, that is emotion, not information, not features and benefits, but emotion. Because here's what neuroscience actually tells us. People don't make decisions based on logic. They make decisions based on how something made them feel, and then they use logic to explain it afterwards. Experiential marketing is the deliberate engineering of those feelings. Here's why this matters so much right now. We are living through what I call the attention recession. The average person sees an insane amount per day. We're talking 4,000 to 10,000 ads per day. Most of them, they just don't even register. At the same time, trust in brands is at a historic low as well. People don't believe in advertising anymore. They are believing in each other. So, what breaks through this? Experiences, real ones, shared ones. Think about this. When was the last time you told a friend about an ad you saw? Now, when was the last time you told a friend about an experience that you had? That's the power. And smart brands, they have this all figured out. Red Bull doesn't sell energy drinks. They sell you on the feeling of being someone who pushes limits. Through events, through competitions, through their stunts and their live experiences that make that feeling real. IKEA, they don't just sell furniture. They build an entire life-size room display so you can live inside the idea of your home being better before you buy a single thing. Lush, they don't advertise much at all. Their stores are the marketing. Walking in, smelling everything, watching employees make products in front of you. That is the campaign. Those companies, they are all doing the same thing. They're giving people an experience they can't get from a screen. And people don't just buy from them, they become loyal. They become advocates, and then they bring their friends. Okay, So, experiential marketing. It isn't just live events. Let me break down the 3 main forms that it takes. Type 1, live events and brand activations. This is what most people think of: a pop-up, a booth at a festival, a product launch, an immersive brand experience. These are all designed to create a moment that is so interesting, so shareable, so worth talking about that your audience, well, they just do the marketing for you. Coachella activations, Red Bull's Flug Tag, Nike's Run Clubs. These are all live experiences engineered for word of mouth. The second type, experiential content. Remember the Dove Real Beauty sketches? That was a film, but it felt like an experience. This is when content is designed so immersively that the viewer feels like a participant, not like a spectator. Documentary style brand videos, first person narratives, when content makes you feel it rather than watch it. Now the last type 3, environment as experience. This is a physical space designed as a marketing tool. Store design, trade show booths, hotel lobbies. When someone walks into an Apple store, that's experiential marketing. The minimalism, the light, the fact that you can touch everything, that's not just design. That's a deliberate emotional communication. This brand is clean. This brand is premium. This brand lets you play before you commit. All 3 types have one thing in common. They put the audience in the center of the story. They don't push this message at you. They invite you into a world. I want to tell you about the moment that this really clicked for me personally. Early in my career, I was planning corporate events. I would do big galas, award ceremonies, the kind where you would have 500 people in a ballroom eating the same chicken and listening to someone talk from a podium. And I remember standing in the back of one of these rooms. Everything was perfect. The florals, the centerpieces, the lighting, the AV, the whole thing, and watching 400 people on their phones. And I thought, we've gotten really good at producing things that people tolerate. We have not figured out how to produce things that people feel, that make them put their phone down. That was the question that changed everything for me. It led for me to study how emotion actually works in the human brain. It led me to start asking different questions before every project. And eventually, it led me to build an entire methodology and a certification around this one idea. Because what I realized that the industry was full of incredibly talented people who knew how to execute events, but nobody was teaching why these events were working and how to reverse engineer that at a strategic level. That's what experiential marketing is. When it's done right, it actually is. It's strategy, it's neuroscience, it's storytelling, and it's the most powerful tool a brand has in a world that has tuned everything else out. Okay, so how do you actually start using experiential marketing? 3 starting points right now. Number 1, start with emotion, not execution. Before you plan a single thing, before you pick a venue, before you write any copy, before you choose a theme, ask yourself, what do I want my audience to feel? Not what do I want them to think, what do I want them to feel? And get very specific. The more specific your emotional target, the more focused every downstream decision becomes. Number 2, design moments, not schedules. Most event planners and marketers build or run a show, a timeline, a sequence of things that happen. Experiential strategists build a moment map, a deliberate architecture of where the emotion is going to be delivered. Where does that goosebump moment happen? Where does the I need to take a photo of this moment happen? Design those first. Let the logistics fill in around them. And that's not how we're traditionally trained as a planner. Number 3, measure it. This is where experiential marketing falls apart because teams spend all their energy on the experience itself and nothing to proving it worked. When you can't prove it worked, budgets get cut. And so that's exactly why I created my free download, How to Prove Event ROI. It walks you through a practical framework for connecting your experiential efforts to real business metrics. So that way you have the data to back up what you know intuitively. that this stuff actually works. The link is in the description. It's free. Go grab it now. And if you're watching this and something about this clicked, you are not alone.